So I hope the intro wasn't terrible. Okay, hold on. I did need to get the background. Oh, it kicked off already. Awesome. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking for my chat disconnected. Hold on. I'm waiting for the. I might be able to do it over here. Maybe. I'll look it up over here. Maybe. What is this? Studio. If I do my. Because I don't know why. YouTube notified you? Awesome. Okay, that might. I'm finally getting the chat over here, which is what was important. I was a little worried about that because I wasn't popping up. Because as I mentioned before, I'm trying to have like a setup here. So like I have like the actual chat and stuff like that over here, and then I have my camera on this monitor, and then the OBS is now down. Well, I'm gonna obviously remove it from view because what I'll have here is the website where we're gonna be doing the rankings over here, and then down here will be the links or the teams. I have all the links here so that we can talk about them and discuss them as we need to, you know? Because that's how we're going to get shit done around here today. So I have a fucking mess, and it is going to be fun for all of us, right? We're going to have some fun today? I think so. I think we're going to have some fun today. So before we get started, I need to find the name of the person, and that I do need to go to YouTube Studio because I need the actual name of the person before I can give you guys. I can actually start, the stream here. So we're gonna go ahead and it's finding here. So let's go to comments because that's how we're gonna do this, right? It's loading. Okay, give me a second. No, I did respond to it, so I need to look somewhere else to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and where is it? Here, I think that's the one. So I'm double checking. I'm pretty sure it was this thread here. There we go. Yes. So Jess 19980. So 19,980. Wait, yeah, 19,980. So he is the one that requested this stream. So we're going to honor his or their. I don't know if they're a guy or a girl. Honestly, my bad. I'm misgendering somebody potentially, so I do apologize for that. But they are asking me to rank all the anime protagonists and their teams in the anime, obviously. Okay, before we start today, I am definitely going to get my water because I will be talking a lot during this stream. Okay, so apologies for the mess in the background. Okay, we're doing some more cleanup. I'm hoping to get most of this room done eventually. And there we go. My water is ready. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and grab that. Nice and delicious water. Make sure to always maintain yourselves hydrated, people, because water is good, right? Water is always good. Okay, so as I mentioned, I can probably get rid of this now. I don't need you anymore. Thank you very much. And actually, I might need to confirm that it's looking good real quick. So let me go here, just because I want to know. There we go. Oh, now you guys can't see the characters. There has to be a better way to do this. Hold on. Hold on. There has to be some way to do this. So, if I filter you, right? If I filter you, there has to be a better way to do this stuff. Actually, okay, whoa, that's too much. Can I zoom? No. You'll soon buy the green screen. You know what? I'll take it. But for now, I think we're good. I mean, it'd be nice, obviously. Green screens are always nice. But I don't think it's too much of a necessity, but it will be definitely nice. I just wish that this thing was, like, can I not? Because what I don't want, because I'm losing basically the top here, and I don't want to lose the top portion here. But then you guys aren't seeing the characters, so it's like, fuck me, right? What if I do? Oh, there we go. I do this. Is that better? I think that's better. But then you're seeing the stupid Assassin's Creed ad. Go away. Here, let's do. Go over here. Let's do this. So you can still have more room at the top. That way you guys can actually see the bottom characters. So there. That, I think that's the perfect height. That's like the perfect position. Maybe not. Can you not? Is it doing this to me? Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Of course. I mean, not only am I late, right? Not only am I late, but now I'm having technical difficulties like I always do, because nothing in this fucking stream can ever go right, you know? Okay, so if I do that, and then I do this. There we go. Now we're good, okay? I do need to lower you down. There you go, Geo. Geo is always going to be there until we get a new public subscriber, obviously, because that's how this shit works. But I think we're good, right? We should be okay for now on, hopefully. Please, for the love of God. Okie dokie. So as I meant, why the hell? Why are you? This stupid thing. I literally can never start. I can never have a chill stream where things just go perfectly okay. There's always got to be fucking something going on. Also, please let me know if the background music is like really bad, right? Please let me know if it's like terrible and you guys are dying because it's too loud. So yeah, please let me know, and then we can lower it, right? I can lower it for you all. It should still be playing, right? Yeah, it's almost done. It's gonna loop. I basically have it in a loop. I'm also gonna be listening to it on my device because I can't hear it from OBS, right? I have to listen to it myself. This is why I have the headset on, because I wanna be listening in with you guys, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and kick this off, right? Okay, we're done messing around, done horsing around. I guess the main thing I should say is stupid ad. Go away. Okay, now I don't need you anymore. I have all the things. Go away. Not interested. Go away. Thank you. Now I'm gonna have to like scroll up a little bit. I don't fucking know. That might have fucked up my thing. Hold on. Did it? No. Okay, we're good. We're okay. Oh, okay. This stupid McDonald's shit needs to go. Go away. I'm not sponsored. But I don't want ads on this shit right now. Go away. Okay. I'm also going to get... No, I can leave the mouse. It's fine. Okay. You can't hear the music? Oh, maybe it's not loud enough? Hold on. Let me restart it. You should be... Okay, let me know now if you can hear it. Because I put background music on this shit. Because obviously... Otherwise, it'd just be boring listening to me talk the whole fucking time. I'm not saying that I'm not interesting or I don't have good points, but I know a lot of people like to hear, like when I do streams, when I watch streams, people used to have like some kind of background music in the background, you know. So, so I'm leaving it to you. So, like I said, I have the chat over here. So if you see me looking all over the place, that's why. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we can start. But before I do that, obviously, the whole point of this stream is that I was requested. Oh, you love the music? Awesome. So it's good. So this is by Glitch City. Shout outs to Glitch City. She's like this anime, or not anime, pokey. Well, she does remixes of like video game soundtracks, and was mainly known for Pokemon. And this is like the Reggie Trio, which is like from my favorite game, you know, Pokemon Gen 3, you know. And I love the Reggies as a concept. There's some of my favorite legendaries. So I'm not going to go into this because I want to set the record straight, like right now. I will not be ranking these Pokemon based on how good they are in a vacuum, right? If we were like to see this Pokemon and I'm like, oh, competitive wise, and like whether it's singles, VGC, none of that shit. I am not doing rankings based on how good the teams are competitively. The whole point of the anime is for us to get connected and attached to the characters that we're seeing, right? We all know that a lot of the times these characters, their teams are ass, okay? In terms of like viability in a competitive setting, okay? For the most part, there's a couple characters that have, you know, their characters here and there, or their Pokemon that are okay, right? But we're not going with that mindset. We're going with the mindset of how attached am I to these teams, right? How well do I think the creators of the show handled these Pokemon? How fleshed out they were throughout the story and stuff like that. So if you're looking for like analytical, like competitive, like how good these Pokemon are, this ain't it. Okay. So to start off, I'm gonna put some of the obvious ones that I can put in there, right? So for example, Max has no Mons, so he can go in like you, and then Bonnie as well. I know that, you know, the picture has Bonnie with the Dene, but technically speaking, the Dene doesn't belong to Bonnie. It belongs to Clement. So until Bonnie has a team of her own, then this doesn't count, right? It doesn't work, right? Because they don't have a team, so we can't rank them. And then the next one that I'm gonna add is the Journeys cast, because I don't fucking know anything about them, right? I didn't watch Journeys, so there's Chloe. I don't have enough info on these guys to fully assess how good they handled them. I can probably say for sure, with some like time invested into it, that Chloe's team is ass. Okay, she only has like... Oh, hold on, my wife is texting me. You still can't hear the music? Wait, did it stop looping? Hold on. Okay, let me know. Let me know now. She texted me, because I'm assuming she wasn't able to do it in the chat. So let me fix this. Give it like a second and let me know if you can hear it. I fixed the loop, so I'm hoping you can hear it now, because I want that to be part of the fucking experience. If I need to, I can. Well, I might need to. I only have like 2 songs on this computer, so I might need to like get new ones if we need to. But let me know. Let me know if you can hear the music now. But yeah, I only have the soundtrack or the remix that I used in the Catch a Million, which is like the Ho and Legends stuff, and then I got this one because but anyways, so no music yet. God damn it. Where is it not working? Properties. Rid of it. What if I... I think I freaked out the... I think I freaked out OBS. Okay, hold on. Let me... hope to God it's back. That's too loud. I don't want that loud. Put it there. Okay. Okay, we're good. I had to like remove it and then bring it back in, and then OBS freaked out and it's like, shit, what the fuck is going on? So like it like restarted everything. I'm like, oh. Well, I hope you're good. I hope it's good now and that you're actually able to listen to it properly. Okay, so what was I saying before the stuff ruined it? I turned it out too much. Hold on. Okay, I raised the volume up. You can't hear it again? Is it? I don't want it too loud. Can you hear? Okay, I raised it up a little bit. Because I don't want it to overtake my voice, you know? So I bumped it up a little bit, so let me know if you can hear it properly now, and then we can go from there. Like I'll give you guys like a minute, because I know there's a little bit of a delay between when I say something and you guys actually hear it. Perfect. Okay, awesome. That's what we like to hear. So, as I was saying, Chloe, I can probably, like, if I had just a little bit more time, I could probably say her team is trash because she only has 2 mons, right? She only has the what was it? I think she has an Eevee and what the hell is that thing called? Wait. Oh, she's right there, Chloe. I cannot believe I forgot the name of it. Okay, I'm looking it up here. Yamper, there it is. She only has 2 mons, and it's the Yamper and the stupid Eevee that can't evolve. Which I'm assuming is supposed to be like a reference to Let's Go Eevee. Dumbass reason, but fine, whatever. But yeah, so she only technically has those 2 mons. And from what I understand, and like I said, I didn't watch Journeys, so I can't give you guys too much of an input on this, which is why I'm leaving it and not enough info. Chloe didn't really do much throughout the series. And it wasn't until like the very end where they had her to like do something. I think I hear the dog barking. So like, and there's the big dog. He's not barking. So everybody's barking now. So I can probably confidently say that her team is probably the worst, but I can't put my spin on it because I didn't watch Journeys enough to give you guys like a definitive like this is what I feel. And then aside from that, I can do the 2 news, which is where is Liko, Dot, and my boy Roy. Honestly, I could probably put the other like Molly and Oreo and Lutlow and Murdoch as well. I could put all these guys in not enough info because honestly, like, we know what mons they have, but they haven't really done enough in the series yet, so they're still too new. And can I turn it down a little bit? Okay, sure. Go ahead and do just a tiny bit. Okay, let me know if that's good. Let me know if that's good. If not, I can lower it down a little bit more. What was I saying? Right, so there's still 2 new in the series, and we're basically without the adults for now. So it's not like I can give a definitive answer of how I feel about them because they didn't do too much in the first 2 seasons, and right now the main saga is with the kids. So we're not going to be seeing them and their Pokemon for a long while. But I will say, out of the 4, right now, Ludlow is my favorite. Okay? Because I love his connection with the fucking Quagsire. Molly is still potentially like my favorite out of the group in terms of her as a character. But I think Ludlow and his and the Quagsire connection is probably like the best out of the 4 as of right now. But like I said, we haven't seen enough of them to really say for a fact whether or not they're gonna be good in the long run, right? As for the kids, they're still too new. They're still growing and developing. I will admit, I'm still upset at the Wattrel evolution that happened last week. You can watch the review, okay? I was legit... Okay, I'm probably going to lower this down just a little bit. Because I don't think it deserved it. I think it was too new. I think they just felt like, hey, we had Liko evolve one of her mons. The other 2 have to evolve a mon. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that's a good thing. And I'm a little upset that they thought that Wattrel should be the one to evolve. Okay? Because Wattrel hasn't done shit this entire series. Like I mentioned in the video, like the only thing Wattrel has like been shown is when it was caught, and then we had like some like it showed up in like 1 or 2 episodes for like a minute maybe, and then the only other thing it's done is when they were facing the explorers, and what the hell is her name? Cerise? Is that her fucking name? Or maybe I'm not gonna. No, I need to look it up. I don't know her name yet. Explorers. What the hell is her name? Is it this one? Oh, these are the English names. Ew. Ew. Okay, I need your Japanese name because you're not called Chelsea in the fucking thing. Do you have the Agare. That's her name. That's her name in the sub. Okay, I don't remember her name yet because it's not like she's done much. But the only other thing that Watcho did was block her from catching Rayquaza, and then the little thing that they did in like Roy's the Roy episode where he battled Bracius, and like Dot was like, "Hey, can I borrow Watcho?" And then they did that fucking Ferris wheel shit. Like outside of that, Watcho hasn't done shit. So I went on this tangent for a reason. Okay, the thing is that these characters are too new. They're just throwing shit at the wall. So for now, I can't really like do too much to rank them because we haven't had the time with them to be able to establish whether they handle their teams properly or not. So with that out of the way, we can actually move on to the other characters. So I'm gonna controversial take here, okay? But I have to do it now, and it has to be the first one. The first one I officially rank, okay? Because it's bad, okay? X and Y Ash. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I was like, where the fuck did it go? X and Y Ash. His team is ass, okay? And like the problem with X and Y Ash, and I said this a lot. I say this all the time. The problem with X and Y Ash is that his team feels very lopsided in terms of importance. On top of the fact that they reused evolution methods for Noibat and Flachinder, right? Like, Flachinder evolves into Talonflame, battling Moltres. And then Noibat evolves into Noivern, battling Zapdos. Why? And then on top of that, Fletchling evolved into a Flachinder when they were doing the fucking race, which is the same shit that happened with Staravia into Staraptor and Diamond and Pearl. So, really bad copy-paste jobs here. Okay, that's number one. Halucha is terrible. Like, he was not handled properly at all, right? Gudra was a disgrace, okay? I like Gudra as a Pokemon. I don't like it as much now as I did way back when, okay? I like the Hisuian version a little bit more now, but drink some water because I'm about to like roast the fuck out of this man. Okay? They rushed the fuck out of that evolution, right? Like we only had Gumi. Like Gumi into Gudra was like 18. No, it wasn't 18. I can definitely look this up, okay? Because I made those reviews. It was not more than 20 episodes, okay? The span between Ash catching the Gumi and then evolving into a Gudra was less than 20 episodes. And like I said, that shit was rushed as fuck. And the only reason they did that was to have the battle with Clement with like this giant ass tank, and then the fucking Florges shit in the swamp, right? That's the only reason why they rushed this shit. And the worst part, and the most infuriating and insulting part of Gudra, is the fact that Ash releases it into the wild. Like, they did the whole, like, I'm releasing you. It's not like, oh, I'm leaving you behind, and, like, he leaves his Pokeball there. No. Like, he legit releases Gudra. They do the whole, like open up the Pokeball, they do, like, the special effects of, like, you releasing him on into the wild, and he leaves it there. And Gudra comes back for the league. And that irritates me because they didn't have a plan B. They said like, fuck, we're in the league and Ash doesn't have a 6th Mon, right? And honestly, either route they went with, it was going to be terribly executed, okay? Because if you give Ash a brand new Mon right before the league, you don't have time to like give it the development it needs before the league happens. Because by the time we get there, he's already beaten all the gyms, right? So I felt like that was a slap in the face to just bring back Gudra. Anything they would have done was not going to save his team, okay? Excuse me, for the league. Whether it was a new mod or bringing back Gudra. But I still think that the worst part about Ash's Kalos team is Greninja. And that's because they made Greninja too important to where it overshadows the rest of his team. So at the point where Frogadier turns into Greninja, the whole show became the Greninja show. Okay? Talonflame didn't get into development after that. Noivern was still a baby for the majority of the saga. Hawlucha Base practically disappeared at that point. Gudra's gone, right? Bye-bye until the league. And Pikachu, his mascot, right? His best friend gets sidelined for this stupid frog. And this gimmick that they gave it with like the fucking Battle Bond form. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the whole Battle Bond phenomenon is supposed to be something you do with the Pokemon you're closest with. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Pikachu was Ash's best friend. Oh, your Pokemon can feel, like you and your Pokemon, like your mind and body and spirit are intertwined so that you feel each other's pain and everything you do and your energy and shit like that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Ash's connection with Pikachu was the strongest out of anybody else. But no, we're going to give it to this one stupid frog. Okay, I hate the Greninja as a concept, as a design. Everything about it. He's my least favorite Pokemon ever. Okay, before X and Y even occurred, before Ash even had a Greninja, I still thought he was like my least favorite Pokemon, and he still is to this day. But the anime just made that even worse, so I dislike it even more now than I did back then. Okay, and this is coming from somebody that reviewed the whole show. Okay, I reviewed X and Y from beginning to end. The only episodes I didn't review were like the Grand Festival shit with like Serena versus Arya, and that's like the only episodes I didn't review, and I'm never gonna go back to review those because I don't like Serena as a character. Apologies for those of you stopping by, listening to me, like you're like, oh, I'm the biggest Serena fan. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Listen, Serena sucks ass. Okay, we're gonna put her down here too, but we're talking about like the most offensive character out of all of them, which is X and Y Ash. Like everything about his team is infuriating because they didn't develop any of them except for Froakie. Evolved it all the way to a Greninja. And then you took away the bond that Ash has with Pikachu just to give it to him as a highlight. Okay? And that's very frustrating for me as a longtime viewer of the show. As somebody who's seen the bond between Ash and Pikachu for the whole lifetime of this fucking saga. And for him to sideline his best friend for a mod he just caught in this stupid it's just insulting. Okay, it's insulting. Like, because they didn't even do that with Infernape. Like Greninja is like Infernape 2.0 to a worse degree. Because like at least when Infernape was going on, Ash still had a balance. Like Infernape definitely took the spotlight a lot, but he was still like Pikachu is my GOAT, right? Like, even in the final battle that Ash had in the league, in the Sinnoh League, Pikachu was his GOAT, okay? So, excuse me if I'm a little biased. But yeah, X and Y Ash, definitely, like, lowest of the low in terms of that. Now that I got that out of the way, we can move on to the rest of the crew. I need to look at the teams again because I went through all that and then like bruh. Okay, so let me do one I actually like. Is that okay? Can I go for one I like next instead of like going through all this shit? Oh, I don't have Tracy in here, do I? No, because I probably should, but like Tracy can be in like in the low tier because like his team is like whatever. But I didn't get a picture of Tracy for this. Sorry, Tracy. Apologies. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, one I like. Let me look at you. Well, I can only base you off of Diamond and Pearl. I like May. Can you... excuse me? I don't want to put her in best. I think pretty good is good for now. And like I can only go up to Diamond and Pearl because like I said, I didn't watch Journeys, and I know that she comes back in Journeys, but I don't know to what extent she does. So I'm gonna put her in a pretty good category. Let me see. To Puma. Last week, superior. Leon. Okay, so she didn't do much in Journeys anyways, so I'm perfectly okay to just go with Diamond and Pearl. Okay, so I like May as a character, right? She's one of my favorite characters in the whole show, right? But May's team is actually pretty well. The only problem I have with May's team, and it's not even like a true like hate against her, is she literally copied two of Ash's mons because she got a Bulbasaur and a Squirtle similar to Ash, you know. The only difference is that May actually evolved her Pokemon, so she has a Venusaur and a Wartortle. I kind of would have wished she had a Blastoise, but yeah, I kind of wish. Also, can I just say, what's with the Pokemon Company and making all these fucking female protagonists have a fucking Eevee? Because like May had an Eevee, she evolved into a Glaceon. They gave Serena an Eevee that evolves into a Sylveon. Lana gets an Eevee that stays an Eevee, and then they give Chloe an Eevee that stays an Eevee. Like that's four female characters you give an Eevee to, and why? Just why? Anyways, that's besides the point. I think they did the good thing about May is that all her Pokemon got developed throughout the history of the show. Torchic all the way to a Blaziken, and was like her key like Pokemon for a lot of stuff. And like the final showdown between May and Ash, Sceptile Blaziken, was cool, and it was also nice to see like the differences between Pokemon, because like Harrison had a Blaziken in the Johto League, but like May's Blaziken is completely different because it's focused on contests and all that shit. So it's a little bit more adept in other stuff. Beautifly, I love the thing I like about Beautifly with May is that they had it be like a what is it? Like a rivalry between her and Jessie, because Jessie ends up getting a dust. They both have a Wormhole that they evolve fully to the max. So while you have May evolving all the way to a Beautifly, Jessie went all the way to a Dustox. So you had that clash between the two, which I think helped Beautifly a lot because they were able to have that contrast between the two. I think Skinny might be the weakest out of her team, and that's purely because most of Skinny's development came in the form of like trying to, like, it's like the goofball doesn't really have a lot of what is it, like motivation. She's just goofing around, and most of her contest in the beginning was about using other Pokemon's moves instead of her own. So I think that might be the thing that holds her back, and that might be the reason why I can't put May in best, because Skitty is a liability. But Venusaur, Wartortle, Glaceon, they're all amazing. She, like, I think I kind of wish that May had evolved her Eevee before, but it wouldn't make sense because Glaceon didn't exist by the time we finished with the Battle Frontier saga. But it was one of those things where like, oh, well, look how far she's grown. Like her Eevee evolved into a Glaceon. I do like the only problem I have is that because we didn't get to see that like progress stuff like that. So overall, like her team is very solid. I think it's very well executed, very well done. And they all had like their rivalries with all of May's rivals. So I don't know. I think this is a really good team. All the Pokemon were fleshed out, like I said, except for Skitty. Skitty's like the only one that I'm a little iffy with. But overall, I think they're pretty good. Let's see. Now we can go. I'm just gonna pick one at random here. Look at. Oh, you went too far. Oops. I can do Freed. Freed is middle of the road. Let's do that one. Freed is middle of the road. I kind of hope we see more from his team in the future. I have it here. Can you give me Freed? Nope. You're not gonna give me Freed? How rude. Okay. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I know he has another Mon besides Charizard and Pikachu. I want to see what his other Mon is because I don't recall what it is. But I'm pretty sure that we've seen it before. On hand. There we go. Have we only seen the two of them? I could have sworn that we saw another one. I guess not. I could have sworn we saw another one, but we know for a fact he has more because he's the Pokemon professor. They all have. I'm gonna give him middle of the road for now because, like I said, he's technically on standby. But out of all the adults in the Horizons anime, Frida's had the most time in the spotlight. Okay, so that's why I can rank him properly. I kind of would put him pretty good. Because I like the what they've done with him and how they fleshed out not only Cap but also Charizard. And like what really helps Charizard out is the connection with Fuecoco, which is gonna obviously have wonders in the future. Excuse me. And like Charizard gets the rivalry with Amethio and Cerulite. So like Frieda has had a lot of time for his Pokemon to flesh out and develop, which is why I can rank him properly. But I kind of want to put him pretty good, but for now, because we've only seen those two Mons, I could have sworn there was a third one. But maybe I'm just like thinking back to like potentially one of the Mons he used from like the ship or something like that. Yeah, I think that might be the only reason why I'm remembering something different. But overall, I'm really liking Freed. And listen, I still think he sucks as a bodyguard. I still think he is a menace to the people he's supposed to be taking care of. But his team is good. Like so far, the two that we've seen have been handled properly, and I really like them overall. So. And they've done flashbacks, which gives them a little bit more history, which really helps them out a lot. So we'll do, like I said, middle of the road, but I really want to put him in pretty good. But for now, we're going to leave him there. Okay, so let's see. Who else can we do here? Lily only has one, right? So we can do... Right? You only have Snowy. Pretty sure. Hold on. I'm double checking because I know that they did some stuff in Journeys which I can't really speculate on because obviously. Okay. Okay, so well, that's actually end of Sun and Moon. So I totally forgot I'm Magirna. Like I said, I don't think you can count Magirna. Yeah, I put her in the middle of the road just because of the Magirna stuff, right? Because that came in too late in the series to count. If it was just Snowy, I would definitely put her in pretty good. But because of the added effect of the random Magirna, we can leave her in the middle of the road. I love the concept behind Lily as a character in Sun and Moon because she's like, it's one of those things where, like, you know how in the real world, a lot of people like animals. Like dogs are some of the most common pets that people have in their households in their life. And even though they're so commonplace in the world, and in various households around the world, there's people that are scared of dogs, right? There's people that are scared of pets. There's people that are scared of animals. So bringing that concept in Pokemon, where everybody and their mom has a random Pokemon in their house, right? The concept of a character who's afraid of Pokemon because of a past trauma, which, side note, is also something that happened in the Deoxys movie. Okay, I don't remember the kid's name because it's been ages since I've watched the Destiny Deoxys movie. But that one kid who was shitting his pants because of what happened to him when he was younger, right? So the concept of a character that's afraid of Pokemon and having to get build a connection and a bond with one, especially the one that was given to you as an egg that you have to raise, really helped out. And it really, I think Snowy really helped Lily grow as a character, which is probably why I really like the combination of the two. Because, like I said, Snowy has the whole arc of Snowy is to connect and bond with Lily and have her grow out of her shell. And like they even went as far as her mastering a Z move, and she even battled in a league that she probably shouldn't have entered. But we're not going to talk about the Sun and Moon League here, okay? That's a topic for a different time if you guys want to see it, okay? But for now, it really helped Lily grow as a character, and I think that's a good legacy for Snowy to have. And that's one of the reasons why I think that even though she only has one Mon, besides, like, well, two if you want to count the Magirna, but I'm not counting the Magirna. Like, well, Magirna's counting in terms of like lowering her down a rank. But Snowy really elevates this, and I really think that it was really well done in the show. So I want to think. Let's see. Okay. I think I might do her next. Okay, we're gonna do Mallow next. And honestly, why do you keep doing that? Why do you do that to me? I think Mallow is one of the best ones. Okay, because like she only has one Mon, but well, technically two. I'm gonna count Shaman for this one. Okay, I'm gonna count Shaman because it really helped Mallow grow as a character. Like the Bounce Sweet to Steenie to Serena. So Bounce Sweet was always like this cute, like adorable partner for Mallow, always being chill. um, and like hanging out with everybody. It's always very sweet. And as soon as it evolves, it becomes like this like it's like, I'm a queen, bitch. Like you you bow down to me. And like I love the characterization they gave, because like Serena like just feels like that's the type of Pokemon she would be. Like, I'm a queen, bitch. Like bow down to me, because like she has an ability, Queenly Majesty, which definitely helps out a lot. And like the stuff that she would like bitch slap her, because she's like, I think what really helps like Serena a lot, and which in turn helps Mallow a lot, is that Serena is like the mother character of the group, because she's the only one that really fully like evolved all the way up, and she's the only one that's like adult, adult appearing, right, in terms of, well, I guess Primarina kind of counts a little bit, maybe. Okay, well, we'll talk about Lana in a bit, but like, so I love the how she's always like bitch slapping everybody, especially Rowlet on Ash's team. Like, that was hilarious. Okay, like, bruh, they really helped. Like, they characterized Serena really, really well. And the reason why I want to add Shaman to it as well is that the whole like Shaman trying to get back to its flock and with evolve, well, not evolve, but like transform into Skyman, and the journey that she caused Mallow, and how the two of them were always like very close to Mallow and helped her grow as a character and like help her develop her destiny and shit like that. I think that really helps her out a lot. Helps, like, that really elevates the two a lot. That's why like Mallow is like one of my favorite characters of all time, is the way they handled her with her team, which again is very small. Like, the Sun and Moon cast has like the smallest roster in terms of like Pokemon. So the fact that they were able to flesh them out so well is probably akin to the fact that they didn't have many to work with to begin with. So it helped them be elevated a lot more because of it. And honestly, I could say the same thing for Lana. And even Sophocles. I'm going to put Kiawe in best tier as well. But like, so speaking of Lana, I'm pretty sure the only two monsters she had were Primarina and the Eevee. But I'm kind of think that she had a different one. Did she have a third one? I'm pretty sure it's only Primarina and Eevee. I'm double checking, but that's probably not a good thing. But I'm pretty sure those are the only two monsters she has. Can you please? Maybe. No. You're not gonna do it for me? Nope. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna have to scroll down manually because, okay, there we go. Yeah, it's just Primarina and Sandy, which is the Eevee. Yeah. Okay. So Lana. I freaking love Lana. I actually like all the Alola kids. Listen, I don't like the Gen 7 starters. So when I say that Lana's Popplio evolving all the way to a Primarina, and then the same thing will go for when we talked about Sun and Moon Ash. Like, the fact that I enjoyed them is a factor of why these characters are so well handled. Like I said, the Alola kids didn't really have too many mons, which gave them a chance to flesh them out properly. And honestly, they should have done that with a lot of the other characters, but to each their own. So that says a lot. The fact that I'm able to enjoy these Pokemon that I don't really have an affinity for, because even to this day, in spite of how much I enjoy them in the anime, I don't like the Gen 7 starters. None of them. Like Incineroar, Primarina, Decidueye, I don't care for any of them, realistically speaking. Like, you can see it in my rankings from like a couple months ago. Or not months ago. Wasn't that I made a stream ranking the fucking Pokemon starter. So, it was a couple months ago. I don't remember when it was, but you can look at it on the channel. If you go to like the live tab and like scroll down, it's in there somewhere. So like I think that's really helpful. I love the fact that Pablo was always like this goofball, and then like but always like standing up for what's right, and then like as a Brion, I don't recall too much about her time as a Brion, but I do know that when she became a Premier, she became like this beast of a mon, and then always like protecting everybody and taking care of business whenever she needed to. And Sandy, like the cool thing about Sandy is that it's like a weirder, like again, another Eevee, but this one doesn't evolve. And the only reason why it doesn't evolve is because of Lana's connection with Ash. Is like, well, I want to be like, you know, Ash and Pikachu. So she didn't evolve it, so she kept it as an Eevee. But it's like this rough, like Eevee has like this crazy ass haircut, which makes it stand out from all the other Eevees we've had because it has like a distinct look for it. I wish I could get you guys a picture and post it, but I'm not gonna go all the way out to like add that to the stream right now. It's too much work. Especially since we have a couple to talk about, so I kind of need to speed this shit up. But like, I kind of wish that she had used it. She was able to use it in the battle, in the league, but like she got fucking bodied by Guzma. I didn't go like, well, okay, because she only had one mon. They only used one mon, so she used Primarina because Primarina is like the strongest of the two, and she got. Guzma wasn't like he was not taking any prisoners that day. Okay, he went all out. Like he fucking destroyed that Primarina. But overall, I think Lana, like the connection she had with the Pokemon, and the fact that they were able to like because the other part, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to recall, is that Sandy wasn't like too sure of being with anybody. And it took him a while before, like, Lana was able to capture him. That's another thing. It's the only male Eevee. Out of all the Eevees, Sandy's like the only male. I think that's why they gave him the fluffy haircut and shit like that. Like the surfer look. Because he's like, it's a guy Eevee. It has to look different than the other Eevees we've always shown you, which are all female. Listen, I don't know why these people are so intent with making a fucking male and female versions of Pokemon look different based on like fucking shit that like hairstyles and shit like that, or like mascara on the eyes. That's so dumb. They should do something that's like equivalent to every fucking Pokemon, not just like these random one shots. But that's besides the point. I really like them. I really enjoyed them. Now, I'm going to talk about Sophocles and then we'll hit Kiawe. That's not what I wanted. That's what I want. I'm pretty sure Sophocles has his two mons, which are Togedemaru and Vikavolt. Now, listen here. When I tells you... I fucking love Sophocles and Togedemaru. Like their fucking relationship, like, is amazing. Like it really is like I'm trying to scroll down because I'm trying to make sure I know he only has those two moms, but I want to. You know me. I always gotta double check. They're not. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah. So, cause like remember that Sophocles is like, I don't know if he's the youngest in the group. I think they're all the same age, but like he's portrayed to be like the nerdy kid that likes to be, you know, inside at all time, messing with his gadgets and shit like that. They gave him the quirk of being afraid of the dark, And it's a thing that happens a lot throughout the show where they have to deal with something that's dark and he freaks out about it. And then like like I said, I love their connections because Togedemaru knows this, right? Togedemaru knows about Sophocles and his fears and his struggles. So he becomes a nightlight for Sophocles. Like he says, "Nah, son, I got you," and I like turns on like a light bulb and like brightens the room so that like Sophocles can sleep at night and shit like that, which is fucking adorable. And then the other one was Vikavolt, which I think he caught as a charger bug. I don't think he caught as a rubbin. But I like what they did with him because like they had this whole episode about like it's like a charger bug race and he has to be like this fucking car and like this weird ass electric track. And he was competing with some other asshole who had like a shiny charger bug, and he's like, "Oh, my charger bug's the best," and like that was amazing. Okay, like, and then on top of that, he gets like I think he got the Bugsy move with him, if I remember correctly. So like they perfected the Savage spin out and shit like that. Like that shit was tight. Like he basically became like the powerhouse for Sophocles because Togedemaru, it's not like Togedemaru is like weak at all, but I think that at a certain point it became like the Vikavolt show in terms of like battlings because Vikavolt is stronger than Togedemaru. They were freaking amazing. I love all the fucking little kids. They're all fucking amazing. But I think Charge Bug was really what was cool because I think they also had a race, but I don't remember too much about that one. But yeah, overall, like they were in my opinion handled it very well. And then lastly, for the little kids, I might as well put Ash in there as well. Put him in pretty good. Yeah, I put him pretty good for now. So Kiawe, he's the only one besides Ash that has more than 2 Mons in his party, and they weren't even like badly executed though. I think what the only problem one is potentially his Charizard, but even then it's like he was still done okay, right? Like it's not like he was badly done, right? But it was like one of those like passing of the torch because like Charizard technically speaking belonged to like, I think it was dad or his grandpa or somebody like that. And like they do this whole thing where Charizard and Kiawe always wake up early in the morning to deliver like the Moo Moo milks and like the berries and shit like that from the farm. So they go around all the islands to deliver the stuff, and then they go to school and shit like that. But like I think the for me the highlight for Kiawe is like Turtonator, I think. Well, I like his Marowak. I love what they did with his Marowak because Marowak, like he's like I'm like a tough guy and like fuck all you. I'm here to do business. I'm fucking strong and powerful. And like they had this whole thing with him being so hard headed that he didn't want to be friends with anybody. And like he even had like a spit with Turtonator. This is what I mean. Like I think that Turtonator is his best mod, and it's definitely what really elevates him. But I'm gonna talk about Marowak real quick. Like he's such a bonehead, pun intended. Okay, because he's like I don't take shit from nobody. I'm an Alolan Marowak. I got this fire in my bones, and I'm about to be like whacking everybody to death. And the crazy part is like. When he's a powerhouse. Like Marowak is supposed to be like Kiawe's like big strong guy, and he's always like he's always up for battles. But the thing is that he's also very prideful. So when shit doesn't go his way, he gets pissed and angry. And they have to have this whole like training session just to get him to be more trustworthy and like work with Kiawe to fucking get the Z move working. And that was fucking hype. But like Turtonator, bruh. Okay, listen. when I still remember the iconic entrance for Turtonator, where he like Inferno overdrove the fucking Team Skull people and blew them the fuck back, like bruh. And then like he's like okay, if Serena's like the big you know, the mom of the Pokemon group, Turtonator's like the dad, because he's like the biggest out of all of them. So he's like the shelter. He's always taking cover, making sure everybody's safe and sound. And he's also a fucking tank. So like if danger's coming, he like gets in the way, fucking shell trapping shit and exploding and fuck like bruh. But he's always there, always helping everybody, always taking care of everything, making sure everybody's good. Like Turtonator's a fucking boss. Like definitely my favorite out of Kiawe's group, and honestly one of my favorites in Sun and Moon anime. Even though I don't really have too much of a tie to it, like as a Pokemon in general. So, and then I guess last but not least, we can talk about Alola and Ash, right? Like Sun and Moon Ash, right? We can talk about Sun and Moon Ash. Listen, like I said with Lana, I don't like the Gen 7 starters. So when you tell me that, oh god, are you gonna do this to me? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to me? This way. Can you not? I could have. Hold on. I know there's. Can you not? Okay, maybe if I go. Let me get this real quick, because I know all the Monster guys are sending them, but I just want to check something real quick. I don't think Nebby is considered one, but okay. One more. There we go. This one. Yeah, you're not gonna do this to me, right? You're gonna. Hold on, it's working here real quick. Go away. This stupid thing is gonna make me. Okay, there we go. Okay, Violet, Incineroar. Okay, so Nebby is considered one of his. Why? Why is he considered one of his Pokemon? Ah! The fuck? Why'd you do that? Stupid computer. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. I am trying, because I don't know why you would consider him. I don't know why you would consider Nebby one of his mods, right? That makes no sense. Or maybe. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna count Nebby. Okay, I'm just not. I'm gonna say Nebby is Lily's Pokemon, even though it's not. I'm canonically, I'm removing Nebby from the equation because I don't think that fucking counts. So Galio was like whatever. I think he was just there for the plot. Yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. But I am gonna talk about the rest of his mons. And honestly, the only reason why Ash, like Sun and Moon Ash, isn't in best is because of what they did with Naganadel. Okay, they pulled the same shit. Granted, at that point, it wasn't actually in the league, so it's like not too terrible. So you look at his mons. He has Rowlet, Incineroar, Lycanroc, Pikachu, and Naganadel. Now, I love Poipole. Okay, Poipole is like probably my favorite Pokemon in Sun and Moon, in the anime, okay, not in the actual Sun and Moon mythos. Like, I love Poipole. Well, I still remember when the few reviews I did for Sun and Moon, I was like a Poipo stan. Okay, I fucking loved Poipo. It's adorable as hell. It was goofy as hell. Always trolling because he's a fucking asshole. But he was amazing. Okay, I really liked Poipo, and Naganadel was fucking fantastic. Okay, the only thing is that he let it go. He released it because technically speaking, it wasn't his. Okay, he's supposed to be part of the Ultra Recon Squad, or not Ultra Recon Squad. What the fuck? That's definitely the wrong one. Whatever the fuck they were called, I don't fucking remember. And like he was just a fucking troll. Like, and like the only issue with it is that he released it, right, and then he came back just to battle Kukui, because again at that point Ash didn't have a 6-mon, right? So they didn't have a problem with that in the actual league itself because of the fact that it was like a 3v3 finale between Ash and Gladion. So it works. But when they were like, oh shit, he's gotta face Kukui now, Mass Royal, which is Kukui. So they had to do the same shit that they did with X and Y, where they brought in fucking Naganadel, which is, damn, I have fucking 13 viewers. Let's fucking go. How's it going, everybody? I am surprised that we have this many. Welcome all. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and that everything is good. Like, this is definitely the most viewers I've ever had. So that's awesome. What was I saying? Oh right, so they had to do, so that's like the one thing that's definitely knocking them down, and this is definitely some bias against X and Y, obviously, because you're like, Sora-san, you literally complained about Gudra for the X and Y, and you're not doing this for this. What the fuck is this? Listen, Gudra was rushed. Poipo was not. Poipo had a long stint with the gang until they did the fucking ultra wormhole shit, and they eventually got to him. Yeah? Well, cool. I literally just like glanced for a second, and all of a sudden I just see 13 viewers. Like, the fuck? That's amazing. I'm really happy about that. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't have anything. Okay. That's great. That's awesome. What was I trying to say? Right. So I think that's why it's a plus the fact that all of Ash's other mons were able to be fleshed out. Okay, that's also the other reason why this is way better handled than X and Y and that other shit. Okay, because the biggest problem with that is that not only was Gudra this weird thing, but the rest of Ash's team X and Y was completely poorly handled versus Sun and Moon Ash, because Rowlet was okay. The way they did him was amazing. Okay, I really like Rowlet, the goofball. Like, I'm always gonna be in the backpack when I'm always here. I'm very chill, but when I need to get down to business, I gotta go. Rowlet was fucking adorable. Incineroar, the whole like abandonment trope for the fire type is kind of cliche at this point, but this wasn't a trainer this time. They actually had a death in the show. Well, another death in the show, but this time of a Pokemon. Before, we've had deaths of like people, because we all assume 100 J's dead, right? Diamond Pro, people know that, okay? But we actually saw the Stoutland die, or well, we don't actually see him die, but we know that's where it led, which caused Litten to be by himself, and then all the hijinks that happened with it, and then him trying to trust Ash and get comfortable with Ash, and all the stuff that happened with Ash, and culminating in him evolving into an Incineroar in his battle against Kukui in the finals, and like it evolved into an Incineroar and then fainted right then and there. That was the only stupid thing. That whole league. Okay, listen. I told you guys, I'm not talking about the fucking league. But just know, I was dumb as. And then the Lycanroc stuff. Listen, the whole. I don't know if they made this Lycanroc specifically for Ash, because we knew that Gladion was gonna have the dusk, or not the dusk, the what's it called? It's the Night Lycanroc, but I know it has a fucking different name. I don't fucking remember, okay? But we knew that was him, so everybody expected for Ash to have like the regular Lycanroc, the midday form, and all of a sudden we get this monstrosity because for Ultra Sun and Moon they created it. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it was for that exact reason. They created Lycanroc Dusk just for Ash. It's so dumb. Why couldn't you just give him a regular Lycanroc? Why did you have to make this whole ass new form just for him? Another issue with fucking, a battle bond. This dumbass mechanic. But they did the whole like, oh, he needs to like. They had a training arc with this Lycanroc because of the fact that it's this other form of Lycanroc, this brand new form of Lycanroc, completely different. So it has like what is it called? The temperament of both midday and night form. So it's kind of like trying to balance that shit. Bruh, I love those episodes. Because like he would get pissy. Bruh, Lycanroc used to chill. This boy. He used to calm down, take a chill pill. Because this man was pissed. He was always angry. Especially when he get dirty, he get fucking pissed. I don't know. It's just fucking. And then you got Melmetal, which I'm kind of. Listen, I like Melton and Melmetal, as a Pokemon, and Ash's Melmetal. I think the only problem with it is that this bitch only leaves one move the entire league. Is Double Iron Bat. I don't think he had. No, I think he had Flash Cannon. Did he have Flash Cannon? I'm pretty sure he had Flash Cannon. I'm trying to recall. I think those are the only moves that we know. I think that's what it was. But like that's the only thing is like this bitch was spamming the fuck out of it. And honestly, this is another reason why Ash is not in best. Meltan was like a really late addition into Ash's team, because he literally got it like right before the league. I think that's what it was, or something like that. I'm trying to recall. I know he was definitely like a really late addition to the team, so he didn't get like fully time, but they also gave him like. Okay, he didn't have as much time as the rest of Ash's team. Put it like that. But in the short amount of time they did have him, they really pushed him to grow to like kind of like match the rest of his mons, and he was like a very good ally in the league, even though he didn't do much in the grand scheme of things. But Broy fucking blew everybody away. So we're just gonna leave it. We're just gonna leave it off there. Okay. Okay. So moving on. I'm a little upset. They went this way. They did it this way. Can you go back, please? No. More. No. No. This thing is not working. There we go. Okay. I should probably get rid of some of the other ashes in here. OG Ash. I think I'll do OG Ash right now. Because the problem with OG Ash is that I have to take into account I think everything up to the Johto League, right? Is that as far as it goes, or is it just... Are you only giving me the Kanto mons, or... There's only the Kanto mons. Oh, you did it. Yeah, this place has it separate. But the problem is that I only have one, right? So I have to count. I literally have to count from Pikachu all the way to who the fuck? I think it was Heracross. Was Heracross the last mon in Johto? It wasn't, right? Actually, it might have been the Fampi. Maybe. Oh, they're ranking. Are they're fucking putting that Larvitar was part of it? I don't fucking count that. I don't fucking count Larvitar. Okay, that shit just happened for a stint, and he never even fucking caught the thing. Okay, so, like I said, we're going from Pikachu all the way to Fampi. And that's a lot to cover. But honestly, most of his team... Nah, I definitely have to put it in, like, pretty good. It has to be pretty good. It can't be anything worse than that. Because... most of his mons, because at this point in the States, okay, actually, I can put him in the middle of the road because he also has, I have to take into account the Tauros, the fucking Kingler, and the Muck. And those shit. Okay, I'll put him in the middle of the road because, like I said, I have to go from Pikachu to Fampi, and there's a shit ton of Pokemon there. And that's honestly where the problem lies, is that Ash has so many mons between Kanto and Johto, that most of them don't get any development, and most of them rotate, right? He releases Pidgeot, which he doesn't even fucking get until the end of Journeys, right? In the 2B Master Slot, right? He gets rid of Primate, so Primate's gone. He gets rid of... Get rid of somebody else. Butterfree. He gets rid of Butterfree. Okay, so you have the problem with the OG Ash and the Pokemon that he has is that he releases like what? I can't give a percentage, but he releases some of them, so they're gone bye. Some of them don't get enough screen time because he's constantly rotating, and like I think listen. In terms of, like, Kanto, Charizard is king, right? Obviously. Pikachu's king, obviously. Pikachu and Charizard are, like, the kings, right? Squirtle and Bulbasaur get, like, some things to them, but he really should have evolved at least one of them. If you're going to have Bulbasaur be the one, like, I don't want to evolve, fine, but at least one of them should have evolved. Quilava doesn't even evolve until Diamond and Pearl, which is insulting, right? And Fampi doesn't evolve until the Battle Frontier, where he gets the Donphan. He gets rid of Lapras too. He catches Lapras and gets rid of it in that span of time. The Tauros, he's got fucking 30 of them fuckers, and he's used them a couple times, but we don't know which Tauros is which, or if he gets the same Tauros every time. I don't fucking know. But listen, it's a lot, right? It's just, I think the problem is there's too many mons and not enough screen time for all of them. Bayleaf had a time in the spotlight just because, you know, they had that whole like crush thing and like rivalry with Pikachu. Noctowl, it's like the early days of like, oh well, we need a Pokemon that can fly to do like running reconnaissance and like all this other shit, and Noctowl had the whole thing of like, oh well, I can see in the dark. Like I think Noctowl, the only good thing he had is his battle against Morty. Muck didn't do much. Like he was like a gag. Kingler was insulting because the fucker only had like one battle and it evolved in that battle and the fucking swept through that one poor guy's team. I don't know, man. Like, trying to recall. Like I said, he got rid of Primate. He traded Butterfree before releasing it too. That was another part. He got like a fucking Raticate. He's like, oh fuck, I kind of regret this. I just don't know, man. Well, Snorlax. Okay, and that's the other part. Snorlax didn't become relevant until the Battle Frontier, where he was a fucking G. Fucking. He won against fighting types. Like what? What? I don't know. It's all over the place. I think that I can say it's the middle of the road because there's too much. Most of them don't have the time to develop properly. Charizard got too much development in that time span because they did the whole like, oh well, I'm cute and adorable as a Charmander. As soon as I'm a Charmeleon, I'm a fucking asshole. And then like, I evolved into a Charizard just to like save my trainer, but honestly, the only reason why I did it is because I wanted to fight this stupid giant ass Aerodactyl who's like mocking me. Like, bruh. Like, Charizard only became good later down the line, and he was okay in Johto, but the problem then became is that he got rid of Charizard for a while, so then he's gone, and like I said, and then after that it's just like constant rotating of his fucking team, and most of them didn't really develop until afterwards. Like I said, Cyndaquil didn't evolve until Diamond and Pearl, and like, I don't know. Yeah, this is mid. This is mid. Yeah, it's kind of like a mid team, middle of the road, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do. Yeah, I have 3 actions left, so that's a good number for now. I'm gonna go with Brock. I'm gonna do Brock. Where do I want to place Brock? Brock doesn't even show up here. Why? What? Why? Why isn't he here? He was a protagonist for a long time. What? Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll just have to look him up the other way. Now listen. Brock, I watched him in 2B Master, right? So I can use that as an idea of where he's at, in terms of his Pokemon, but at the same time, really? Wait, this bitch has a Comfy? When the fuck did he get that? What? I don't remember that. When the hell did he get a Comfy? That's probably in Journeys. I'm telling you. Oh no, he caught it in a Alola. What? I don't remember him catching a fucking... Brock was given a Comfy by Nurse Joy. I don't remember this episode. To be honest, like, listen, Sun and Moon was a long time ago. So there's definitely things I don't recall about it, and that's definitely one. I do not remember him ever getting a fucking Comfy. But listen. I can give him another one. I think the thing is, what Brock has like some highs, but some really bad lows. Comfy, I didn't even fucking remember that shit. Let me just say that. And then the Vulpix, which he gave away again, right? I'm a little upset that he gave it back. That bitch should have just left Vulpix with Brock because he was taking care of her the whole fucking time. I love his Mega Steelix. Okay, his Onyx, which actually grew, but again, most of that shit happened off screen, right? Fortress, he's only good. His only gag is blowing up. Ludicolo, the only thing I remember for Ludicolo is when he had a crush on some Pokemon and they were joining it. I think they participated in a contest for that shit. But then he fucking lost anyways. I don't fucking know. I loved his Blissey. Okay, the Happiny, that was a gimmick and a half. Like the bitch, they made this Happiny, which was fucking strong as hell, lifting boulders like 5 times its size, and just like this fucking beast of a mon. It's just because it takes it like took what's supposed to be like this baby Pokemon and spun it on his head and made this giant powerhouse and evolves into a Chansey, which leads Brock to become a fucking Pokemon doctor instead of a Pokemon breeder. But then that went out the window. And now it's a Blissey. Croagunk was whatever. Geodude is definitely on the lower end. And the same thing with Crobat. Like I don't like Zubat didn't do much. And I don't. And then March, I think that's the part about March Stomp is insulting. Well, it's not insulting. It's sad because Ash got a Sceptile and May got a Blaziken. They should have given this man a Swampert. That's all I'm gonna say. I just feel like a lot of these things didn't do much for the most part. That's what I say. It's like middle of the road. Because like my highlight is Blissey and Onix. But like I said, the problem with Onix is that a lot of his development happened off screen. Like him getting the Mega Stone. I think the Steelix evolution happened off screen as well, if I remember correctly. Because like Ash went to visit Brock and all of a sudden he's got a fucking Steelix. You're like, what the fuck? And like Croagunk's the other one that's like good. I don't know. I just think he's not terrible. Honestly, I think Blissey is like the one that's holding him up here. Otherwise, he'd be low tier. Actually, if it's just Blissey, I think he's gonna go for low tier. he's like eh, not too good. He's not trash, but he's not. He could have been better. I think that might have been it. Okay, so we're done with you. I don't know why he's not over here. The other page. Let's do the other male companions. Let's do Silent next. Which, if I remember correctly, he has 3 Pokemon. Which is the Pansage, the Crustle, and the Stunfisk. And listen. In my opinion, well, I like Silent as a trainer, as a person, and a character to begin with. But they had so much. They had so much personality. I think that's what I'm trying to say. They had so much personality. Pansage always being the cool bro, always being there for everybody, always taking care of business, being nice to everybody, always helping everybody out. And he's like the big brother of like the monkeys, because I think Silent is the oldest out of the triplets. Out of him, Chili, and Crest. And so Pansage was always like showing off to be like this, like I'm here for you type of shit. And like Crustle was hype because like as a Dwebble, it was like I'm good, I'm strong, and it was always like trying to help out everybody, and he also became like a staple on Silent's battles as a Crustle. And like they did this whole thing where they gave it Shell Smash just to show off the move, and like it's like I'm fucking powerful now, bitch. Like he became like an ace Pokemon for Silent. And like Stunfisk, I think is the only thing that might be a little iffy. So I think I'm gonna put Silent in the middle of the road, because like Stunfisk is definitely the thing that's holding him back a little bit. Although they did do some stuff where like I think he battled against Skyla with Crustle and Stunfisk. Or maybe it was just Crustle. I'm trying to recall that battle. But I know Stunfisk did battle somebody. I know he was in one of the tournaments. And it's just like this little goofball. Like, out of all the Pokemon from Unova, like Stunfisk gets a cameo. Like he gets to be a part of the main crew. Shout outs to Uno, the first one, my friend. Who's like Stunfisk was like his mascot for like the longest time. And Silent just happens to have it. So I'll put him up there. I honestly think it's Pansage and Crustle are like the icons for him there. And then we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to speed run through these last couple of ones because we're getting to the tail end, and you know how it is with this shit. Now listen, Clement. What are your? Okay, I'm not gonna count the Magnemite, the Magneton, and the Heliolisk because them bitches aren't with him at all. Like they're at the gym. We don't get like he used it in the gym battle. Like he used Heliolisk in a battle, but like yeah, because I'm trying to remember. I think it was Bunnelby, Heliolisk, and Luxray. Those are the ones that he used in the gym battle against Ash. But I ain't counting that shit because those fuckers were never with us. So the only Pokemon I'm taking into consideration are Bunnelby, Chespin, and Luxray. And for some reason, this bitch said that he fucking got a Diggerbee. I don't recall. I don't think that happened in X and Y, did it? No, he didn't even evolve it in. This is another fucking off-screen shit. Listen. Okay, the problem. I can't even say it. I'm not. Listen, as much as I dislike Clement, I put him in low tier. He's not gonna be trash because the Luxray stuff I think is what's saving him from being in trash because they really, really pushed this whole like friendship shit with Luxray. Like, oh, I knew him as a Shinx. And I had this whole story with him, and then we got separated, and now I find you as a Luxio, and I caught you, and we became best friends. And like, technically speaking, his strongest Pokemon. Chespin is only good because he's a gag character, and they gave him that nice, funny personality. Otherwise, he'd be mid as fuck. And Bunnelby, the only, like I said, I can't even count him as a Diggerbee because I didn't watch Journey, so I don't know how Diggerbee's handled. So as a Bunnelby, the only thing I can say about him is that he at least had some time in and was like different than any other like Pokemon because it's like an early bird Pokemon or not early bird, an early route Pokemon. Like right, it's the rodent of the region, and they were able to like show it off doing all this crazy shit during the saga. So that's why he's gonna be there. But like. If you wanted me to add all his gym leader Pokemon that are at the gym, he'd definitely be in trash because none of those fuckers can save Luxray. And also, like I said, it's mainly because of Luxray that I'm putting him in low tier instead of trash. Just because I love the dynamic that they pushed there. Okay, next up, I think you want another one of Ash. I do Diamond Pearl. I can do Black and White. I'll do Black and White Ash because I literally just talked about Silent, so it fits. Where is that one? That is Black and White Ash. There we go. Okay, so. Bam, bam, da-da-dum. There we go. Okie dokie. Black and White Ash. Okay, he is going to be. Where is it? There it is. There's Black and White Ash. Middle of the road. Closer to low tier than middle of the road, but like he's this Ash is better than these two, so that's why I can't put him down there. Unless I make another tier, which I'm not gonna do, because it wouldn't make sense because it'd just be for this Ash. Like he's like, think about it. He's like lower end of middle of the road. Ash, black and white Ash suffers. I can't even fucking talk. See, I've been talking for so long that like I can't even get words out. Okay. Black and white Ash suffers from a lot of issues with who was the other one I was talking about? Oh, regular Ash. The OG Ash. He has too many mons to properly give them all the time of day, but they at least try. Okay, Oshawott is a G. I love the way they handle Oshawott. I kind of wish he would have evolved it, but then it would have been like, oh, well then Cameron, because Cameron has a Samurai. So it's like, bitch, who the fuck cares? At least to a Duat, but I think they were still in that whole phase of like, oh, well, Ash doesn't evolve any water types that he has, blah, 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 blah. Which is always stupid, because technically speaking, Kingler happened, so like, what's stopping you from evolving one of his main water types? Because by then, like, Squirtle didn't evolve, Totodile didn't evolve, Corvus didn't evolve, Weasel didn't evolve, so they're like, oh, well, we're not going to evolve Oshawott. Like, dumb. They really had, but, oh, Greninja, yes, he has to exist. Stupid. Bias nonsense. Anyways, but like, Oshawott had like the most personality. Like, okay, I'm gonna say it. Oshawott, Snivy, Scraggy, Leavanny, and Crook are like the things that are really pushing him up to middle of the road. Boldor is okay. Boldor was like just existed to have. I think it was just for the clay fight. I think that's why they did, because they did the whole like clash between Boldor and Excadrill, and they want to have like this cool scene. Maybe that's why they have Boldor exist. I don't know, but he's like okay-ish. Unpheasant is weird because she, like, she's supposed to be like, you know how they always do, like I said, the bird, there has to be a flying type to do reconnaissance and shit like that. But like, realistically speaking, Unpheasant didn't do much. Like, he got fucking destroyed a lot of times. The only cool thing that they did with Unpheasant was the battle against Skyla, and they had that bitch evolve in the middle of the fight, and then like destroyed the Swanna. Like, just destroyed that Swanna. Like, but other than that, like, it was okay. I'm trying to recall anything else major that Unpheasant did, but I don't recall. Like I said, Oshawott was cool because he was like, I'm a G, and like the whole Scalp Chup thing, and how he every time he would get angry, he would like throw it on the ground and be like, oh shit, wait a minute, I kind of want that, and then like pick it up and do this little flip on it and put it in his belly. Like, Oshawott was adorable the whole time. Pig Knight, the problem, okay, listen, I don't dislike Ash's Pig Knight. My problem with him is that by this point, like I said, they do this whole thing with Ash and fire types and how they're all like been through some shit, like they've suffered their lives. Like, Charmander was abandoned by his trainer. Cyndaquil was stuck by himself inside a cave. Torkoal was like suffers from being a crybaby and struggling to do anything. Infernape was abandoned by Paul. And then you got, Pig Knight, who's the same thing. Tepig, who was abandoned by his trainer, left for dead. He didn't have a fire type in Gen 6, ironically enough. He didn't do that. And then, in Gen 7, he gets the Litten that has his whole drama and trauma and shit like that. He didn't have a fire type in Gen 8 either, did he? No. No, because he had Pikachu, Dragonite, Gengar, Lucario, Sirfetch'd, Dracovish. He didn't have a grass type either. He didn't have that. See, that's why Journey's Ash isn't my Ash. He doesn't have a squad. And that's probably another reason why I don't like Kalos Ash. It doesn't feel like Ash. He has 3 fucking flying types, not a fucking grass type, not a fire type. What is this shit? He's the fire, water, grass core guy. So what teaches you about the type mechanics. Anyways, so that's like my issue with Pig Knight as a whole, is that it's not a new concept. And like, yes, they have this whole thing where it evolved facing his trainer, but that's like the same thing that happened with Paul, right? He evolved into a Monferno, battling Paul, if I remember correctly, but then he still lost. And like, I don't know. Like, I just think like Pig Knight was dealt a bad hand, because in the context of like the games, this is the 3rd firefighting type in a row. They gave it the same storyline they did with fucking Paul and Infernape and Ash and Charizard and whatever the fuck his name was. I don't remember the dude's name. So it's like, it's a repeat, which doesn't help it. Like, yes, he had some moments to him, but the backstory really hurts him a lot. Snivy was cool because she's like the big mama of the group now, right? And her rivalry with Imoga is what really sold it to me, personally speaking. Plus, she was a fucking powerhouse, and they also did the same. The other thing is that Snivy was also abandoned by her trainer, which would normally dock points off of it, but they didn't have that hinder her, right? They didn't do that be her whole character. Pig Knight did have that, which defined him. But Snivy's like, I am my own bitch. I don't give a fuck about anybody else, and I'm taking care of business. Scraggy is Ash's like next egg Pokemon. And the only thing that really helps Scraggy a lot is the friendship between him and Axew, which is definitely gonna help Iris when we get to her, obviously. But like the whole like friendship that they had, and how they were both like babies and they had to take care of each other, and the struggles with Focus Blast, which is a joke on the fact that Focus Blast never hits in competitive, right? It's like the worst move in competitive history because you can never land it when you need it. And when you don't want your opponent to land it, it always hits them. It always hits you, but not when you do it. It's fucking bullshit ass move. But that's what really helps Scraggy a lot. Leavanny also being like the big sister, big mom alongside Snivy, and because like it's like Ash has 3 fully evolved mons in Univod, so it's part of the older crew, right? The older mons. But it's also had this whole thing where she was like making stuff for like Swaddles and Swadloons that would build them the little like little outfits and shit. Like, she was fucking great. I'm pretty sure he was a male, Leavanny, if I remember correctly. Palpitoad is another one that's like whatever. Honestly, Palpitoad's main problem is that Ash was not supposed to catch him, right? He wasn't planned to be one of Ash's Pokemon. From what I remember back in the Black and White days, technically speaking, Trip was supposed to catch Palpitoad, but because of what was going on in Japan at the time, and I think there was an earthquake, something catastrophic happened, which is also what caused the Team Plasma stuff to not air. Like, they just scrapped those episodes. They kind of just gave Ash his Palpitoad. That's probably why it feels so off, right? Because like it just doesn't seem like an Ash Pokemon, right? But like overall, like he was okay. Like, they did that whole thing with like the gym battle versus Elisa, which was always I thought it was funny. Not a lot of people thought it was great. Like, people were very angry with that gym battle itself. But I don't know. I just like Palpitoad just feels weird. Like I said, middle of the road. Okay. And Crook was amazing. Okay, listen to me when I tell you Crocodile is possibly more than likely my favorite Pokemon in Black and White, right? And Ash's Crook is amazing, okay, because it literally became the wandering Pokemon, right? Where it followed Ash for a couple of episodes. He even evolved before Ash caught it, so he was a Croc Rock when Ash caught it. But it was like the Sandile that would be following him around and show up randomly in here episodes here and there. And then it evolved into a Krokorok, and was still following Ash around until Ash caught it, and then he became like Ash's like ace in fucking Black and White. Like he was a fucking beast. Like he fucking destroyed the competition. He fought against Clay. He fought against Skyla. He fought against what was the next one? He fought against Bryson. He fought against Bryson, and then he fought against no, actually, I don't recall. I don't think he battled against Roxy. Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't think he battled against Roxy, because I remember it was Unpheasant, Pikachu, Boldore, Pignite, Unpheasant, Pikachu, Boldore, Pignite, Palpitoad, Leavanny. I'm trying to recall what his battle against Roxy was. I don't remember his full team. But like I said, one of the reason why he's in the middle of the road instead of pretty good is because too many Pokemon constantly rotating, which does help a little bit because you're able to see them more often. But too many rotations, and some of the times when they're in rotation, you don't even know that they're actually in rotation until they show them off. Meanwhile, we're not seeing the other ones, so you're just assuming, okay, so he rotated with somebody else, but we're not going to see them yet. But we'll leave them there. Okay, so now we come to like the end of the pack, right? Let me just do wherefore art thou you? I want you. And then I want you. And then I want you. I'm gonna rank these three back to back, just like boom, boom, boom. Because I kind of need to. Excuse me. Do that one. Do that one. And then do that one. There we go. Okay. All right, so you are missing some Pokemon there, mister. Where? Okay, there we go. Now I can see you. Okay, so we are going to do Ho and Ash, Diamond, Pearl, Ash, and Dawn. So the first three that are on the list. So Ho and Ash is gonna go in the pretty good tier. Diamond, Pearl, Ash. Why am I not seeing? Oh, hold on. Before we do that, why am I not seeing it here? Is it here? Okay, it's there. Okay, never mind. We're gonna put him in the pretty good tier, and then Dawn, we're gonna put her middle of the road, maybe. Like high middle of the road. High middle of the road. Give me a little bit. Maybe a little bit. But I think this is the right I'm gonna do. So quick, rapid fire. I love Ash's team in Hoenn. Donphan, well, Donphan counts for like Battle Frontier, which we're also counting. Swallow's a G, Sceptile's a G, Corefish was a G, Apom was cool, Glalie and Torkoal, right? Those are the mods. So Torkoal is like the weakest link, obviously, but character-wise, I liked it. Okay, it was weak as hell. I don't think Torkoal. No, he definitely won a couple battles. Some, right? He won some battles, but not enough to count as a good Pokemon. Okay, he's very, very, very weak as a Pokemon, but personality-wise, I really like him. Glalie is like probably the reason why this is kind of low, or well, why he's there. Pretty good instead of best. Because Glalie, as a snow run, it was good. But it was like, again, a last minute addition to the team. And like, it evolved like right at the league or right before the league. I'm trying to recall. But it wasn't like terrible, right? Apom, I loved his Apom. Don released it, so it kind of infuriates me a little bit. But when it was with Ash, it's pretty good. It didn't do much, right? Obviously, but did okay. Corefish was cool. I love his tough guy mentality. Like, oh, I'm gonna beat everybody up. I'm tough. I'm a tough crab. Or crawfish. I think it's a crawfish. Yeah. Swallow and Sceptile are the MVPs though. Like that's mainly the reason why these guys are up here. And if you want to include Donphan, you can, because in the Battle Frontier, the only problem with the Battle Frontier arc is the fact that once again Ash is rotating his Pokemon again. But they did give highlights to Ash's like Hoenn mon. So like Swallow was able to shine, and Sceptile was able to shine. Corefish was able to shine a little bit. Glalie had some stuff, and Torkoal existed, okay? But I love the Swallow. I love his Sceptile. Okay, they are amazing in all the stuff they do. Like Sceptile is my favorite starter, obviously. So there's probably a little bit of bias there, but like, bruh, like he was great. And they all grew gradually, right? This wasn't like from here to there in like 2 seconds or 2 episodes. No, they all gradually grew, and they all had their moments in the spotlight, which helped them shine. Now, Diamond and Pearl Ash, the reason why I put him below Hoenn and Sun and Moon, and all these other guys, right? The reason why I do that is they had a problem, right? They had a little bit of a problem. They did the same shit where they get like, well, first of all, he technically caught more mons than he could handle because he had 6, and then he caught Gibble, right? Because he left Gliscor behind to get Gibble, right? So they did the whole like rotating, but it wasn't as bad as Black and White Ash because it wasn't as egregious. But we did, like I said earlier, with Sun and Moon, with X and Y Ash, Infernape took a lot of the spotlight away from some of the other Pokemon because of Ash's rivalry with Paul. However, Staraptor was able to do some things. Like, he was able to shine in a lot of stuff. He wasn't just a reconnaissance Pokemon anymore. Like, he was scrapping a lot. Torterra is, unfortunately, the biggest downgrade, though. I do think that Torterra is another reason why he's holding his team back, is because as a Turtwig, he was cool, he was strong, he was handling the business. And the second this bitch evolved, it was loss after loss after loss after loss. I don't think Torterra, as a Grotto, ever since he became a Grotto, won a single battle except against Team Rocket. Other than that, this bitch had like a big fat 0 in terms of victories. And that's just me trying to think back, right? I'm trying to recall, but I don't remember him having a win after he evolved into a Grotto. And then, like I said, Infernape got a lot of spotlight, so I can't fault. Like, I can't say too many bad things about it, except for the fact that he hogged the spotlight. Weasel is like, okay. The only issue is that he got it off a trade with Dawn, right? So it was like this weird thing where it like didn't feel like Ash was Mon until like way later, and even then, like Weasel was competing with like Staraptor for like the cool guy type of stuff, and even Infernape to some extent. Well, no, because Infernape had like the whole like traumatic past and shit like that, which is also another thing like downgrade. Like, come on, they're doing this again. Like Gliscor is probably like my favorite out of all his mons because it was like a goofball. Like, oh look at me, I'm all derpy, sticking my tongue out, and he still has this quirk to him. And like I said, Gibble's problem is that it came in too late. And it once again felt like, oh shit, Ash needs a 6th Mon, even though Gliscor is still technically around. Because he used Gliscor in the league, right? So like, I'm just sitting there like, why? I think the only issue I have with the Sinnoh team, and it's not even their fault, okay, at all, but the problem with the Sinnoh team is that in the league, Ash rotated with all his mons, right? Which is why I do feel like Ash should have won the Diamond Pro League. I think he should have won the Sinnoh League because like it felt like a finale, right? Oh, look at him, he's using every Pokemon he's ever caught, right? So I'm a little disappointed that he fucking loses to Tobias, his dumbass. So like that really hurts them, right? Because they're not like getting all the spotlight near the end, right? It's like, oh, now I gotta share my time with every other Pokemon he's caught for the league. And the only time he used like his full team was against Paul, which is like disadvantageous for him because he's like Paul. I hate Paul. No, I actually do like. He's like my favorite rival. Paul's a troll because he literally forced Ash to reveal his team, and he's like, oh, so he's using, like he sacrificed like 2 mons just to see Ash's whole team. So he's like, oh, I know what you're using then. He's like, I mean, I'm over here thinking you're gonna use all your other mons like you've seen you with everybody else, but no, against me you're using the same fucking shit you've used against me before. Paul's a troll. And then finally, Dawn. Okay, listen. The problem with Dawn is that Piplup is fine. I like Piplup. I like his dramatic self. Okay, but Neri is only good in the beginning, and I feel like we don't see much of her near like the second half of the series, because at that point it became the Pachirisu show. She got rid of Weasel, she, gave it to Ash, and then she literally let go of the Ambipom that she just had after evolving it from an Apom that she got from Ash, which is insulting, by the way. Mamoswine felt like a knockoff Charizard because they did the whole thing where as soon as it evolved, it wasn't messing with Dawn anymore. And it went all the way back to a Mamoswine. Like I'm not messing with you. I don't like you, and so they had this whole thing. So it just felt like a retread of something that we've seen in the past. I don't like, I don't like repeats like that. But then it became like a strong contender for her team. And then the Cyndaquil that she got, which she evolved into a Kalava before Ash was able to evolve his Cyndaquil to a Kalava, which is like, bro. But I think the reason why I'm putting her down here is all this is building up to, like I said, when Eri became irrelevant after a certain point, she gets a Togekiss for free from somebody who looks just like her, and it just felt kind of off because it's like, here's a free Pokemon for you, and like it came really late in the series. Like, I don't know, like, her team is very lopsided. Honestly, if the Togekiss stuff hadn't happened the way it did, she'd probably be up in a pretty good tier. On top of the fact that I kind of am upset about what she did with Ambipom and, like, Boniri's disappearance and all that shit. But overall, like, Dawn's okay. Her team is middle of the road. Pretty okay. It's okay. And then finally, I guess we get the last ones. Now, listen. my issue with Iris here is I didn't watch Journeys. So I know she gets a Hackstress, right? I know she has a Hackstress in Journeys, but I can't comment on that because I didn't watch Journeys. So I don't know how they handled her or her team. I just realized they don't have Misty in here either. What the fuck? Have every other fucking carrier, but you can't give me fucking Misty and Brock? What is this shit? I'll look her up. I'll leave Serena for the end. I'll leave Serena for last, just because if you know me, roast the fuck out of that bitch. Oh no, I need the anime Misty. Can you give me anime Misty? That's what okay, I'm gonna look at Iris' team before. Okie dokie. And I also can't comment on the Gibble because that happened off screen in like a special. So we can't talk about it. So if we're going based off of black and white, she has an Axew, Excadrill, Emolga, and Dragonite. Okay? That's the squad. Axew's the baby, right? Axew is, like I said, really helped the fact that he had Ash's Scraggy to help him a lot. I'm gonna put her up here. She's pretty good. I would put her in best, but like she's like high, pretty good. Like every one of her Pokemon had their quirks. Every one of her Pokemon were fleshed out properly. So like I said, Axew is like the baby, but like that bitch was a fucking powerhouse during the saga. And it also had that like child wonderment stuff, and you know the friendships with Scraggy and Oshawa and all this other stuff. Excadrill being the tough guy, and like the development that happened, and his pride being hurt, which is the reason why he didn't listen to Iris very much. And the whole drama there and the backstory was pretty good. Emolga being a troll, especially with Snivy, and being like always messing with everybody, being like a diva queen. And then Dragonite being like, I'm the big man, you know. Also becoming one of Iris' strongest Pokemon in her squad. Like Iris, all her Pokemon were very well handled, and they all had synergy with each other. They all worked together. They all had connections with other Pokemon in the rest of the group. And like they all had their distinct personalities, right? I think it really sells them that way. Like honestly, I could put her above me. Like, I really want to put her in best, but like if I just knew about all the other stuff that happened with her, then I maybe. But like, I think that's the only thing that's holding me back right now. As for Misty, well, we know. We were there with her in 2B Master, right? But we don't have everything about her team. I do know she has a Gyarados. I do know that, which is her Mega Gyarados from Sun and Moon. Okay, so for in terms of her as a team, we're not gonna count the Dugong from the gym, the Love Disc, because it really didn't do much in like the main series. We're gonna consider Starmie, Horsey, Goldeen, Staryu, Psyduck, Politoed, Corsola, Gyarados, and Azurill. So a lot of Mons here. But unfortunately, the problem with Misty is that, once again, she has a lot of Mons that she rotates. And the problem is that Staryu and Starmie are basically identical in terms of the way they work. I really don't understand why the fuck she still has a Staryu at this stage. Like, Starmie is just a better Staryu. And they acted the same, right? And it also felt like at a certain point that Starmie just kind of disappeared because Staryu was easier to handle because it's smaller. It doesn't have as many things going on with it. Horsey's a baby. Goldeen was irrelevant. Like, I didn't like Goldeen. Like, it did nothing. Azurill was too late. Like, most of her mons don't really get too much growth. And the problem is that she got rid of Togetic, which definitely would have helped it a lot. In this part, but she got rid of it because I don't know why they had her do that. To this day, I don't understand why. So honestly, I have to put Misty in like middle, like low tier, but like above these guys. Because like even Gyarados was the fucking monster. Like I said, I'm not counting how good these Pokemon are. Like the only Pokemon that really developed for her is Psyduck and maybe Politoed. Like Politoed being this goofball Poliwag that does a lot of shit and like became this like, oh well, I have this cool new mon after she wasn't able to keep the Totodile. That because her and Ash fought for it and then she lost, so Totodile went to Ash. But like Politoed was just a goofball. Honestly, Psyduck is like the main one that really does anything. I don't know. Like Psyduck is good. Like Psyduck is definitely the reason why she's here. And like I guess Corsola did stuff. I don't know. A lot of her team is like whatever. Realistically speaking. Apparently she caught a Seeking. I didn't even remember that. But that's whatever. And then like I said, most of the Pokemon from the gym aren't really, I'm not gonna consider them, obviously. I just wish a lot of them had been more fleshed out. Even in the 2B Master Saga. They could have shown them off some more. But she didn't really do much. In terms of her Pokemon. In Journeys, right? So like we saw Politoed, we saw Psyduck, you know? You're not even showing me the 2B Master Saga. Maybe she does. She have? I'm pretty sure she didn't have any new Pokemon in Journeys. Let's be real. I think it was literally just the same. Oh wait, no, she caught something in Journey in 2B Master, didn't she? Could have sworn. Yeah, she caught a Clauncher. I remember now, the fucking Clauncher. That's funny. I'm not gonna count it. That's way too new. Literally just happened. The end of the series. I don't know. I feel like she could have had so much more. We'll leave her in low tier. Jesus Christ. Okay, now finally, where is this bitch? I'm trying to recall every Pokemon she had on her team. I really am. I know she has I don't know. Did she get a Delphox? I don't fucking remember. I know she had Braixen, the Sylveon, the Pancham. Oh, apparently she does have a Delphox. When the fuck did she get a Delphox? I want to find out. Because that's going to depend. If it was during X and Y, then I don't fucking remember. Oh, okay. Where are they? Okay. Doesn't tell me shit. Maybe here. Did she This is crucial because it depends on how they do this. Okay, so I remember the breaks. Yes, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she did not evolve in X and Y. See, I have to look that up because I don't fucking remember because I fucking hate Serena so much. Okay, listen. Because we didn't watch Journey, so we can't talk about Delphox. However, I am sorry. Her team is trash, but I'm gonna put her above Ash. Like, honestly, the problem with Serena is that she doesn't get time in the spotlight as by herself, right? She doesn't get time to herself. So her Pokemon suffer because she doesn't even get time to flesh out her Pokemon. Her Pancham, I don't even remember much about the guy. Except that he was like this cool little dude with his sunglasses and shit, which is like a copy of like every other Pokemon that Ash has had with sunglasses before, so it's not even a cool concept. I don't like the way they handled Fennekin into Delphox. Like, they had this whole weird thing. Like, I don't remember Braixen doing much at all. Like, I remember an episode where she broke her stick and they like had to get her a new one, right? I'll give Serena props for that, you know, taking care of her Pokemon and seeing she was kind of depressed and sad because her fucking stick broke. But I don't remember Braixen doing much. And then, like, Sylveon, I honestly, the one problem, the biggest issue I have with Sylveon as a Pokemon is how they fucking handle Eevee and the whole thing with Eevee. Like, Eevee, it's a dancing Eevee, right? That's the gimmick behind Serena's Eevee. So she's a dancing Eevee that likes to prance around and do twirls and shit, right? And my biggest issue with Eevee is that it showed off a big glaring problem with Serena as a character, and that is the fact that all her shit is off screen. None of it can ever be done on screen because they don't give her the time to grow. So what do I mean by this? Okay, what Soresan, please, we're new to your channel. We don't know who you are. Explain to us this whole concept. I say this a lot every time we talk about X and Y, which, by the way, you should know if you are new to my channel, is that I hate X and Y. X and Y is my least favorite saga in the history of the show. Okay. So my biggest gripe with this, with Sylveon, is based on the fact that there was an episode where Serena was going to have a showcase the following day, right? She's been training for this for weeks, right? You know, they always do this whole fucking time skip and shit like that. Or like time has passed, right? So they have this whole thing where she's been training this routine for a while, right? And then literally the night before the showcase is going to happen, she sees Eevee dancing away, doing all this stuff, and she's like, oh, that looks cool. We're gonna change our whole routine again overnight. And all of a sudden she has this like perfected brand new routine the following day, which is insulting to me as a viewer because that just shows to me that the writers didn't give a fuck about her and her storyline. They just said, we'll just give her shit for free. Okay, and that is not a way to write a character. I'm sorry. I refuse to accept this logic, and that's definitely the reason why I'm putting her down here. But she's not as egregious as X and Y Ash, so she's at least a top fan, right? And that's basically it. Like I said, if you want to count Tracy, put her like somewhere in between, middle of the road, low tier. Because honestly, I don't really remember too much about Tracy, to be honest. I know he has a Meryl, a Scyther, and a Venonat. That's basically all I know. And none of them really did. Venonat didn't do shit. Scyther was irrelevant, and I don't remember anything about Meryl. Meryl's probably the only one, but because he caught Meryl during the Orange Island saga, so he at least was like, we were able to see it from scratch or whatever. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this stream. Jess, I don't know if you were able to watch the stream live or not, but I'm pretty sure you'll watch the playback. I hope you enjoy this playback when you watch it. Okay, we've been streaming for like 2.5 hours, so you'll have a lot of content to watch when you do. And I hope this is what you were hoping for, right? I hope you enjoyed this stream because this was requested by you. So I'm gonna switch scenes real quick. This one, I believe. Yes, this is the one. Hello. Welcome. We're back. So, I don't need this anymore. I'm not listening to the sound, the music anymore. And there's obviously no sound or nothing like that. So, ew, gross. Why does it look like that? Oh, fuck it. I'm not gonna mess with that shit right now. I'll fix it for next week's or Sunday stream. So this is like the outro portion of our stream. I want to thank everybody that stopped by. Like I said, I had 13 viewers at a time, like in one like at a point, which is like phenomenal. I have never, I think, ever gotten that many viewers in one of my streams, except for like maybe back in the day, back when it was like a long ass time ago. I see some eyes from Blob, but they're not. I'm like seeing them in the preview, but I'm not seeing it in the actual chat over here. Oh, there they are. Hi Blob, how's it going? But like I said, we have made it to the end portion of the stream. So once again, Jess 19,980, which is the username. I hope that this stream playback will be good for you and that you enjoy it and you have fun with it and all that stuff. We're not posting that tier list, okay, anywhere on Twitter. But we're gonna start with the outro part of the stream, where we talk about what's going on, future stuff, and viewers can talk and stuff like that. So as I mentioned, this is a Viewer Friday request stream. So this is a Viewer Friday stream. So as you can see in the title, it says Viewer Friday ranking main Pokemon, blah blah blah. So if you have a request for me, right? If there's something you would like to see me create on the channel, feel free to let me know in any of the community posts I make, on any video I upload, on any stream I do, any stream playbacks or anything like that. If there's a video you would like me to create, or even a stream, feel free to let me know, and then I'll put it in the calendar. And just so you know, because it's a request from a viewer, then it'll be a Viewer Friday. So either a Viewer Friday video or a Viewer Friday stream, right? I'm gonna start looking. I don't need to look down here anymore. I can look at the camera. So whatever you request will come out on a Friday, because that's what this series is for, right? I used to do this like way back in the day. And I just kind of like it's not like I let it die. Is that I did too much. So like there was times where I was making like 2 Viewer Fridays a day on a Friday, which is not good, because then I depleted a lot of my content, which could have lasted a little longer and maybe pushed the series out a little more. Plus, it's exhausting for somebody to get like 2 videos from the same person that are like 20 plus minutes long in one day, right? That's a lot, okay? So I definitely like burnt myself out, and then like it just trickled down to where I wasn't getting as many. But the series is always active on the channel. So if I ever get a request from a viewer of a video or a topic they want me to discuss, I jot it down, and then I make it when I can. So like this request came out like a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to make it as a stream because it's a lot easier for me to show it to you guys on stream. And then I had to do my research, and even then I wasn't able to like remember everything by the time I got here. So too much information that I had to like compile. I knew some of them before we went in, but I needed to rewatch and re-look at things before I did the whole thing. Especially because, like I said, it's in a 2.5 hour stream, so obviously I'm gonna forget some things here and there. I'm gonna drink some water because my throat is dying. So always, suggestions are welcome, and I will be glad to do them. Granted, I don't have like all the equipment in the world, so don't expect me to do something like crazy, like do like a crazy ass stream of doing something outside or something like that. Because I don't have the capacity for something like that yet. Maybe in the future, if I grow and like am able to like make something out of this, and get more equipment and stuff like that. But for now, not too much. Why do I keep looking down here, because I see the preview here, but I need to look at the camera up there. So that's that for the topic of Viewer Fridays and stuff like that. But just know they're always available, and if you want to watch something from me, feel free to. Can you please? Thank you. Feel free to suggest it wherever you want on any of my platforms. Well, I only have like 2 platforms: Twitter and YouTube. So I also have the Facebook fan page, but I don't use that at all, right? I probably should, but I haven't for a while. So feel free to leave suggestions anywhere you see my content, essentially. And then the rest of the outro part, right, where we talk about future stuff. Tomorrow you're gonna get the new Pokemon Horizons episode review, because I'm hoping to watch it tomorrow, right? I think the rumors around this next episode is that Hatenna's evolving, which I hope not, because if she does, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be angry, because that's not okay. Like, we shouldn't have all these evolutions with Pokemon that haven't done shit yet. But I'll obviously have that out for you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the episode. I'm gonna try to watch the episode early in the morning to have it out for you guys during the day. And then other content. So I have done like half of the recording for my first regional VGC tournament video. I'm hoping to get like the second half done in the next couple of days, and then start the editing process so I can have that out by next week. Fingers crossed. And as soon as that video is done, I will do the Pokemon Showdown VGC tournament I participated in, which you'll be able to see the replays and stuff like that. So I'll have that out a little bit after that. So yes, like 2 VGC videos, like basically back to back. And then I have already got in contact with my my artist to make the stuff for the anime times. So as soon as we get that done, actually I'm debating on starting the actual recordings in like next week. Even if she doesn't have like the intro stuff done, or the, the the transition title cards and stuff like that. But my goal is to have that video out for you all either by the end of the month or early July, because it also depends on when she's able to get the stuff done. But if I can get the recordings done, then it's literally just adding those finishing touches to it. So that's why I'm hoping that if we get this done, then I can have the first anime time on the channel in like years by the end of this month, and then hopefully that can become like a big new series on the channel again. And that's basically it. So next stream will be Sunday, where we'll continue our Pokemon Emerald Let's Play, catch 'em all live streams. We are almost done. I think we're now doing the legendary stuff. I don't know. What are we doing now? I think we're heading to Satopolis. I'm trying to recall. The stream was last Sunday, so it's been a while. But I think we're heading to Satopolis soon, because we beat Tate and Liza. So I think that's where we're heading next. But that's gonna be it. Other than that, I don't think there's any other videos that I have planned for now. I am still trying to see if I can do the two streams a week. But it all depends on if I have something to talk about. What I am considering is doing like what I used to do back in the day, where I would do like one gaming stream, or like a topic like that, and then like a vlog stream where we just talk and like do like live Q&As and stuff like that. But I also want to do how many subscribers am I at right now? I think like 811 or something like that. And there's like a lot of new people that have been. Can you not? Can you please? I'm trying to check on my phone. Yeah, I'm at 811. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait until I get to like, I don't want to say 850. That's too far. Maybe like an 820. So if I get 9 new subscribers, then I'll do another Q&A, because I'm trying to make it like incentives, right? Because I don't ask for subscriptions because I don't want people to subscribe just because I ask. So I never ask for them. But the goals are always there, right? Just internally. I do want to grow the channel, obviously, because I want you guys to get better stuff and more content and stuff like that. So, but I'm trying to remember, and I don't think there's anything else that I have planned. If the anime time does well, the game plan is to redo a lot of my old anime times. However, the issue with that is that I have to rewatch a lot of them. So what my game plan for those is, if the anime time does a lot, like I'm gonna do like an actual like goal in the video near the outro, or maybe in the beginning. I don't know when I'm gonna stick it in, but if we get to like a specific goal that I have in mind, then my plan is to rewatch some of the old shows with my wife and take notes while I'm watching them. Like I'll have her look at my list and be like, oh, well, let's try this one, let's try that one, and then start doing those like watch a whole show, then make the anime time, and then go to the next one, and just go back and forth until I catch up on all the shows that I watched before, and have like completely remade anime times for them, and then start making anime times for newer shows that I've been watching recently, and go from there. So that's basically it. Like I said, nothing else new happening for now that I am recalling. Okay, I'm seeing them in the preview, but I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing it in the chat. Like I know you posted something again. Oh, you're jotting. Okay, I'm assuming that's you jotting down But yeah, so that's gonna be it for the stream. Like I said, it's a long one. We've been streaming for like I said, like about 2.5 hours or something like that. Yeah, somewhere around there. Well, OBS says like 2 hours and 18 minutes, but YouTube says 2 hours and 37 minutes. So I don't know who to believe. But I am gonna. Oh wait, I think maybe because the stream like died for like a second, that might be why. I don't know. But I'm gonna leave it off there. I really appreciate everybody that stopped by. Like seriously, like 13 viewers is a lot. Like I'm surprised that we got that far, but I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna leave it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys, if you are coming in now to watch the playback, and hope you enjoy the stream. I have been your boy SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos, streams, shorts, which I'm trying to come up with ideas for them, so bear with me. But shorts and everything in between. I will see you guys later. Tomorrow, Pokemon Horizons. Sunday with Pokemon Emerald Let's Play. Well, thank you, Mayani. Yes, great. Hopefully, we can keep the streak going. Good streams all around. All right, have a good night, everybody. And end. I'm clicking end stream, and it's not doing it. It's not doing it. It's like, no streaming for you. Maybe. Okay, now, later.